Seeking like an interesting apocalyptic post-civilization type thriller. And I'm going through some of the ones that I've liked in the past, and I would love your input on this because I know that y'all have seen all the wonderful movies, all the great TV shows, you have the best recs, and I would love in the comments if you could help me find my way to my next big dystopian obsession. It doesn't have to be dystopian. I also think that stories about pandemics are really interesting. Like I loved Station 11. I remember liking The Book of Eli. I thought the twist there was interesting. Contagion is a movie I really loved. It felt so prescient at the time. And then when, everything happened in 2020, it was like, wow, this film predicted much of the future. But something that's like that, it's got that kind of energy. Perhaps a good example of this is World War Z. Now, World War Z, I loved the book originally, and the movie kind of takes a very different turn from the book. The book is more like found documents and recordings, and the book like follows the narrative of one person as he's navigating this and his different friends and the industry he works in, his family, trying to protect them. Now, what I liked about this was the chilling music, the way that it like entered you into the world. Like he starts off and he's just, at home. He clearly has been in some sort of like really high, dangerous job in the past. And then his kids are like, Dad, what's martial law? Did you have to deal with that at your old job? There's these little hints that he of his past. And then when this thing hits, he's like, very trained to like help protect them, and he becomes very pivotal to this whole thing. But the way that the world building was, that like creepy music was so interesting. And I liked that it was more about the story, the action, like solving this mystery, than it was the horrific elements. I don't like when things go too into the horror. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I did not like this film. Like I went in really hoping to like this film, but it was too grotesque. I don't like things that are grotesque. I like when the horrific elements, you're like, it's like a word or thought experiment where you're having to think about like almost like a parable of like, what would life be like in that situation, or what could societies today be building towards. I like post-apocalyptic that feels grounded in like an intellectual reality that might happen, less of like post-apocalyptic, like these kind of gritty. I don't know, something about this was just really off-putting. Like I was not a fan of this film. I'm also not necessarily looking for like a franchise, even though I'm a huge X-Men fan and I love the X-Men films. But kind of looking for like a hidden gem, something I haven't seen. Something that my mom recommended to me is this film called, or this, I think it's a show or a film called The Eternaut. She said it like might scratch this fix that I have for dystopian disaster movies, like Greenland with Gerard Butler, who's that was a film I enjoyed as well. But I'm curious if you have any, what are your favorite disaster movies, your favorite apocalypse stories, whether they be book, TV, or film?